I may be silly for having this perspective, but I've always been called the bullish optimist. And what I like to keep in the back of my head is like, as crazy as it feels right now, and it does feel very crazy, I think the United States has seen crazier times and we have pulled through it.
The best time to be alive.
Yep.
Everybody thinks that it can be bad or it's worse, but we know this, that it's probably the best time to be alive.
And what I mean by that, during the 60s and 70s, you had the civil rights movement, you had the Vietnam War, you had LSD and the hippie movement span through America, and you had just a total distrust of the American government and the American system as a whole. And what I like to put myself in the perspective of is the guys that fought in World War II, they fought differently than we view the military today. And what I mean by that is when there were no deployments back then.
You went until the war was over.
You went and you either came home on a ship when the war was done or you came home in a coffin. Like that was, you joined the military and you came home when the war was won. That was the mentality. We don't do that anymore. So those guys were quite literally dragged from their homes because in many cases they were drafted and tossed into Europe. Those guys had to come home and watch America turn into 1960s America. I could not imagine how they felt. But around the corner of that was the 80s, was a boom in patriotism, was a boom in America leading the world from like a technology perspective. You had the internet and the idea of the microprocessor and a technological revolution that we were leading the world in.